Hello, how goes it?
Good. How are you today?
It's pretty sunny over here, so it's good.
Mm, We have a sunny day today. Not bad. There's no breeze because all the trees are still, but nice day. I'm not complaining. Okay, welcome everybody to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up just because we asked you to. If you haven't already, we would love it if you'd subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're given that alert every time we release new videos. Okay, so I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this. This is the return of the family Karma. Season 2, episode 1. Welcome back, Karma. So, what'd you think of the show overall, Jamal?
It's good.
Ooh,
I just enjoy the show because it's the parents are involved as much as the children. Because the parents have their own issues
are
that they're
they
going through.
involved? Oh, they are super involved, but okay. All right. So, all of the original cast from last season has returned, including the friends, but we've added two new characters. Dylan, who is one of the Patel sons, which is that family that has that super big compound.
Mhm.
And then we have Rish, right? Is that how they were
Mhm.
saying his name? Rish?
Yes.
Rish?
That's what I heard.
And that's Monica's boyfriend. Um, are you disappointed that she didn't eventually get together with Brian?
Well, no, because Brian's not gonna keep that his Monica anyway, so I'm not worried about it.
Well, you
I'm
know
not
my
worried.
opinions on that little man whore.
I mean, it's just like, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, we catch up and we start with Anisha. Yeah, Anisha,
Yes. Mhm.
the 36-year-old entrepreneur.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay,
Designer.
uh,
Designer. Okay. Come through, Anisha. Come through.
but now they calling her an entrepreneur. Okay, but isn't her dad funding her business?
I. That's where we left off, I believe.
Well, anyway, she is freezing her eggs. Um, Her mom is still wishing that she would have a baby naturally, but she's still supporting her. As much mouth as she
Mhm.
got, she's still supporting her because she wants a grandbaby no matter what.
Yeah. No matter what. Mhm.
And I love Anisha's grandfather. Like, I didn't know he drank that much. Who's drinking whiskey straight from the bottle? Like, really? They got to watch him?
Yeah. You have to like. You can't. You
And
might tip over.
he's so clueless when it comes to filming. When they did that little clip of her delivering groceries to him, and he's like, I guess he was looking for liquor, and all she brought was like something else. And it's as if he didn't realize that there were these huge cameras there in front of him. He's the greatest. I love her grandfather. He is the best. And congratulations to them. Grandma and grandpa became American citizens and they voted for the first time. Yay.
Yeah. That's exciting.
All right. So who's next? We see Brian is turning 29. Last season he was an IT something, but this season he's an
Executive.
IT executive.
Executive. Okay. You better
Ooh,
throw a title up in
all
there.
these promotions. So he's got a new girlfriend because remember last season he was going after Monica. Well,
Mhm.
now he has a new girlfriend named Monica.
Dr. Monica.
I
You
know,
better.
Dr.
You
Monica.
better. You better not mess it up, Brian. Quit playing.
I know. I mean, his mom loves Dr. Monica and is shading old Monica. Um, but yeah, they've been dating for 6 months and she lives in Tampa. I think that leaves him a lot of wiggle room to get up to things that he shouldn't be getting up to.
Right.
But good luck, girl. Next we see Amrit. I hope I'm saying that name right. Him and his boyfriend
Nicholas.
Nicholas
Nicholas.
have a new apartment in Miami. And when he said apartment, I thought like a real apartment. It's a studio. That's a waste of money, especially if they're like downtown or Brickell
Right.
or something like that.
That was
Waste of
my
money.
thing. That's why I was just like, but apartment, like, I don't know much about Miami, but I know little areas. But I'm like, that seems like a waste of money. Wouldn't you be better maybe taking the money you spend on the studio and spend it, go a little further outside and get a maybe like a nice little 2 bedroom, or maybe actually like look at a house. But my whole thing is this: y'all been together for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't you looking at a house? Why are you moving as a couple who's been together for a while? Why are you moving out of your parents' place and not into a home? That makes no sense to me. What's going on there? I mean,
Unless 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 Amri is not ready to settle down yet. Because I think Nicholas is the one who's ready to like say I do, but Amrit is not.
but Nicholas is what in his mid 40s?
He is?
Well, let me see.
He is? I didn't think he was that old. Oh. Okay. I don't know. I think Amrit is still trying to sow an oat or two. I think Nicholas is the one who wants to settle down. But again,
Mm-hmm.
that apartment is so tiny for the two of them, plus that big old wolfhound, Theo. And I know it's not a wolfhound or whatever Theo is, the giant poodle. I don't know, but yeah, that place is, and it's a corner unit, so they're getting charged premium and rental for
Mm-hmm.
that.
So let's see. Guessing. So he earned his Master's of Science in 2008. So assuming he did the traditional coursework, we'll take his degree was from 2006, and then high school will put him at 2002. So 2002 means he was born in 84. So we're saying he's 84. He's what, around 37 ish. If we're doing typical, assuming he went to
Mm-hmm.
typical course of, so 37. I'm like, oh,
That's a
okay.
good age. That's a good age for Nicholas.
But the problem is though, Emery, he's the only guy Emery's been with.
I
So
know.
that's not gonna last. I'm
Well,
sorry.
steady relationship. Are you saying that Emreet hasn't dilly-dallied around before Nicholas?
I don't think so. That's what he
Anyone?
said. I mean, maybe a little
Exactly. That's
something
what he
here,
said for other people
right?
to see.
I mean,
But
maybe a little
yeah, I
something,
feel
but
he
nothing serious.
dilly-dallied.
Nothing serious.
Right.
I don't think he's that type of. I just don't think he's a sell down. He's not. He's not that. He's not there yet. He must try out a couple
Mm-hmm.
more. Like he must try out a different types of sausages. That's just my opinion. And he needs to tell
Oh
Nicholas that quit
Lord.
trying to play house.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay,
saying.
let's say hi to everybody in the chat. Hey, Susan. Hey, Paranormal Witch. Let's see. Hi, Yanni. Hey, Trey. Let's see who else is in here. I think that's it for now, guys. Thanks for joining us. Are we the only ones who are into this show? I love this show. I love this show. By the way, teaser wasn't Monica. She needs to. We can notice that her son was dragging siblings to play around. Oh, okay. And okay, wait. I can't see him coming out to his grandmother if he was that unsure though.
Storyline.
And then Yanni says, Trey, he doesn't have an issue being gay. It's Nick that he's unsure. So Nicholas is unsure of being gay, or he's unsure of Amrit. Which one, Yanni? I think Amrit has the issue with telling his grandma that he's gay is because it's not really accepted in their culture back home.
Right.
So
It's a cultural thing. It's a
I
cultural
have
thing.
not watched yet. I had to record it, but it's okay. Oh, thanks, Susan, for just hanging out with us, and I hope we don't spoil it for you. But it was a really good premiere episode. He's unsure that Nick is the one. Yeah, Yanni, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think he's sown all of his oats yet to determine if you are my forever or, for this year.
Yeah, I don't see it.
But I
Why they're
wouldn't
moving
say
together.
anything to grandma until I was really ready to settle down with the one I truly love. See, I understand where you're coming from, Trey, with this. I do. But I was still like, if you are comfortable in who you are and who you love, whether it
I mean, whether it's short term,
yeah.
I think if you're comfortable, fine. But I'm just not. Maybe it's just me. I'm not. I'm not. Oh, how can I put this? If you're not on the path to getting married, I don't think you should move in together. I'm just not that type of person because what happens is one person may be on one train, the other person may be on another train. You're like on the going opposite directions. Because I really feel if you're
But they
looking
were
to
living
be,
together when they were in Chicago.
yeah, but then you move. But then if that were the case, why would you have to move back here? You all could like as soon as once Nick was moving down, then they could have gotten an apartment right away. I'm sorry.
They were moving back down here. Remember last year he was opening up his law firm's office. The law firm in Chicago that he worked at was opening a branch down here in Miami. And so
Yeah,
they sent him down to get the office open. So, and then he has been assigned here.
right. But then Nick was.
So I
You knew
think
it was.
that mhm.
I think my
Go.
feeling is that if you know Nick is moving down here for sure, you could have been found a place and then not even gone through the whole moving in with the parents, then moving out, because you're giving Nicholas signs like, okay, we're ready to move forward. And for me, you're not ready to move forward. To me, moving forward is you're talking about getting married. You know, you're actually looking at moving into a actual home. If they were, I'll be honest, if they were moving into like a 3 bedroom condo situation, all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But for two men who are in a committed relationship, quote unquote, you should not be moving in a studio. That's what studios for when you are single and by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially where they're living though.
I didn't understand that. Yeah.
Especially where they're living, like you know the area, and you know the area way better than I do. I just know like when you're moving downtown, like for the money, I'm just saying for the money, it's not really worth a studio. You know, I would think you would just take that money and move to maybe like an outer area, not downtown Miami, because why would you pay that kind of money for a studio? This makes no sense. You're two grown adults. You need space.
Yeah, especially if they're bringing along the dog. I didn't remember that dog was theirs. I thought that a dog that size was their parents because they have a whole house. Um, but to each his own. To each his own. Let's see what else is. Oh,
I think Yanni's right. The issue they've been together so long is
mhm.
comfortable, or he doesn't know how to get out. Yep,
Yeah, he
I agree with
probably
that.
doesn't want to hurt
Yeah,
Nicholas. Yeah,
especially
yeah,
since Nick was moved down
and
there for him. Oof.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, Black Lavender. Um, okay, so we see my favorite, Vishal. Now, did he say in his confessional that him and Risha was still together and still engaged and all of that? And then he goes to the apartment, to Amrit's apartment with Brian, and then confesses that she gave back the ring and they haven't spoken in a couple of weeks? Like, what was I missing there?
Yeah, me too. I'm like, okay, and then confessionals you're together, but then maybe he was just saying that to save face, but then realized like, okay, it's about to come out anyway, so let me just put it out there.
Oh my God. So basically, last March, he he got C19, and that flared up his Crohn's disease. I hope I said that right. So he hasn't been feeling well. And then he says that Risha is like, wait, hold on. He says that Risha says that he needs to grow up, and that's why she gave back the engagement ring. But what's you got what does you being sick have to do with you growing up?
Right, because
Like there's
stress
a
brings on.
disconnect there for me. Like we don't have the whole story.
Cause I know what Crohn's, I know very little. Like stress is a big contributor to flare ups. So
Mm.
I think she's not good for him. Cause you combine her with her mama, nah, I'm cool.
Oh yeah, and Lopa.
Yeah,
Lopa went and bought an apartment down in Miami and gave instructions not for them not to tell Vishal or his family. How shady is
yeah,
that?
exactly.
But you know what? The biggest red flag is that they've been together for 9 years and haven't really progressed. What's the
Right.
point?
And why would you?
Mm-mm.
My thing, why would you want to deal with her mama for the rest of your life, though? I'm just saying that how it is. Like that's just stress upon stress.
Okay, so Yanni says he's saying it's because he was depressed. She says he needs to grow up. Makes no sense. Yes, it wasn't making sense to me at all. Okay, all right. Trey says Vishal has plenty of bravado when it comes to Dylan, but deflates like a popped balloon around his ex-fiance and her mom. Well, don't forget he said that he has gone to therapy. So I think he took the therapy a little bit too seriously when he went to talk to Dylan, even though I think Dylan was a little wrong too. Um,
Well, here's the thing. Go ahead, finish,
but
and
with
I'll tell
his
you my thing.
fiance, I think because the parents have friction as well. I think he's walking a really fine rope, and he knows that Lopa does not like him.
True. So with Dylan's situation, Dylan was wrong. And my issue with Dylan is this: you weaponize your sexuality against your friend. You thought it would be funny to put things about his sexuality out there. That's not cool. That's not good. You don't do things of that nature. That's because that's what to me. That's what
Based on what, mhm.
you weaponize
Go
your
ahead, go ahead.
sexuality basically. So you basically think being gay is something that can be used against someone else. Like so you're using your own sexuality as a weapon. I don't like that. I did not like that. So I agree with Vishal for being upset. But Vishal is
Mhm.
saying that he was more upset about his him making fun of his relationship. I'm like, I'm gonna call a thing a thing. People have always questioned your sexuality. I'm sorry, it is what it is. And number two, more than just Dylan's been making fun of your relationship. No one thinks that relationship is a good relationship for you. Let's be honest. People have been talking about your relationship ever since last year, because you can see the friction, you can see the drama. Like who isn't talking about your relationship? Like you don't pick on like quote unquote the weakest link.
Mhm.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm gonna go in on Sean real quick because Sean, here's the thing. I don't care if that's your friend or not. When someone threatens your actual family, when you ask Vishal, did you say this? And when he said yes, you're supposed to say like just to let you know, one, you're wrong, and two, that would never happen. Period. You're supposed to let Sean's supposed to let Vishal know like don't ever say that again. It won't happen because we tried and we'll lay you flat. and that's what it is.
Mhm. I don't know. Like, okay, what Dylan said was like gross. And the situation that he's in with his relationship falling apart, I can see Vishal getting upset about it. Now is
Oh, of
not
course.
the time to like make fun of you being gay and saying all of those things that you supposedly do, whether it's true or not. Whether it's true or not, if you're a friend, why are you saying that behind his back? Like they all consider Dylan like a little baby brother, if I'm correct in
Hmm.
what everybody was saying. Like, why, if you are a friend, lifelong friend, why would you say something like that in such a mean spirit?
Hmm.
I can understand why Vishal got angry. Was what he said, the threatening physical violence against his friend, was that cool? No. But and on a level, I can understand it with everything that was going on around him. Now, for
Right.
what I didn't like, the messy part in the car when they were going to Brian's birthday, and
Hmm.
Dylan was laughing at Vishal when he said, "I'm going to slam your face into the ground," when it was said. But in the car, all of a sudden, he's crying.
Right.
Okay, because you know that's going to get your older brother riled up and he's going to protect you.
Hmm.
So I didn't like how Dylan did that. I thought that was real messy. I thought
No, it
that
was.
was real messy, especially if you going over to one of the aunties' house for a party and you're bringing that kind of energy into it. Could have been a better time, better place. And Shan fed right into it along with his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, like
And
that's
yet
what's
I don't
going to
even
happen
think
now.
he realized what Dylan said. And that's why I praise Amrit for standing up for Vishal.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Of course, family's gonna protect family no matter what. And I
Mm-hmm.
want people to
Mm-hmm.
understand that. Like that's what
Mm-hmm.
Sean is supposed to do. Especially when someone threatens, like you said, I don't care what he said. Like you're not gonna threaten violence against my
Mm-hmm.
brother. That's just not gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
Pooja being she literally Pooja, good job because you are bucking for fiance status, and you better show that you down for the crown. You better work. Good job. And then Amrit, my thing is this, sir. I understand you're backing your friend. It's okay
Mm-hmm.
to back your friend in regards to what Dylan said. But you need to
Mm-hmm.
recognize that Vishal threatened physical violence to this person.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's where he needs to pump his brakes a little bit. You don't co-sign that portion. You can say like, you know what, Dylan said this. Vishal has a right to defend himself. Should he have threatened him violence? No. And that's that on that. Because where I come from, you threaten any kind of physical violence, pretty much getting your ass beat. Pretty much, you don't. That's not something you
Mm-hmm.
do, particularly because it's when it's family. The moment you say that, the cousins are getting called, the brothers, it's gonna be a whole family issue. And
Okay. And
then,
oh,
right,
Yanni. Oh, sorry. No, I was just, was it on social
right,
media that he was saying? Because Yanni was saying it was on social media.
right. If it was on social media, I'm
I
like,
thought it was a text.
yeah, I thought it was like a group text or something. We have to do
I thought
research.
so too. Yeah, yeah. Because if it was on social media, then that's like everybody. That's not just the family. Because I thought it was just the family you were saying
So
that too.
yes, because the girlfriend was about to curse Vishal or smack him on the back of the head, so it was okay for them to overreact, but not for Vishal. The thing she kept it verbal.
It's okay. Yeah.
Vishal
Oh.
threatened actual physical violence. There's a line. There's a difference. She, like I said, she was bucking for fiance status. Did she overreact because it didn't involve her directly? Yes, I agree. But I want my main thing is you have to separate verbal and physical. They're not on
Mm-hmm.
the same level. That's just what it is.
But do you think that Amrit should not have defended Vishal at all? Because
No,
like there
no,
were a
no, no.
lot of people there coming at Vishal.
Yes, what it is
I don't
you
know.
can defend Vishal up until he threatens physical violence. Because I'm with him all the
I
way up
don't
until
think,
that part.
yeah. And Amrit was very clear in saying, do you know what Dylan has been saying? And I think he stuck to that narrative and he ignored the violence part. Whereas Shan was mostly focused on, you not going to do nothing to my brother while I'm here, kind of
Right, but
thing.
you have to acknowledge both and denounce the wrong. Because when you do that, basically what Amrit is saying, like, do you know what Dylan said? So you're saying what Dylan said warranted the threat of physical violence. No, stop it. It doesn't.
I think Amrit is a little bit more emotionally tied to Vishal because of the type of friendship that they have. And I'm not saying anything, that they are together. It's just that they have a very long history. Vishal was the first person he came out to, the person that supported him no matter what. And he also knows the backstory of what Vishal is going through with Risha. So
Right.
I think Amrit's one of those people, I think, that will defend him, but if he says something wrong, he'll pull him to the side and say, yo, like, that wasn't really cool. You were wrong there. I don't think he would like air it out in front of everybody else. And I think he charged in because it looked like it was everybody against Vishal.
Right, I get that. To
And
Yanni's point,
I'm not condoning that the violence was
right.
appropriate. But it made for a good, like, total distraction at this boy's party, at Brian's party. We threaten people all the time, but don't really mean
So, in my response to this, like, I'm not gonna
it.
really go along with that one because, like I said, in my environment where I come from, you do not do that. Like, you don't threaten violence against people
Yeah.
because once you do that, I have every right to whoop your behind because you threatened me first.
You have to be very careful with your words. I've learned that on this platform. You have to be very careful with your words because although you might not mean it, the person you're saying it to might think you do mean
Yeah,
it, if that makes sense, and be ready to back up what you put down.
yeah. I've seen,
Um,
like, when you've seen fights break out over words because I have seen it. Two guys were getting into it. One guy said, keep talking. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Dude kept talking. Dude may like it was just a fight broke out. It was just because of
well, the
words.
Monique Samuels thing, didn't she warn? She said, "Keep doing that to me and see what I'm gonna do." Like,
Mm-hmm.
people do back it up. I'm just saying that. And someone had mentioned in the chat previously that Dylan was outside. He didn't even bother to come
To
in and
come
say,
in,
"Guys, it's okay." He stayed outside, and I was just like,
and I was Yanni on this one
"Wow,
too.
okay." What? I would have my
I went.
two, 2.5 against 1, so it
I
was
get
fair
it.
to
No, I
say
get that back in
for
your
his
friend. I get it back
friend.
in your
Yeah.
friend. Because my whole thing is this: if I'm a person, if you gonna threaten me, I'm gonna do it again to see what you do.
Oh.
That's why I'm that person. Like,
Oh,
what? I'm like, what? I'll do it again.
look at what Trey said. It's true. His mom, what was his mom's name? Dharma.
Dharma,
Dharma was outside cooking up the
right?
tortellinis.
She was
She actually thought that they were looking at her. She was like,
right.
"Oh,
Yeah.
really?" And then Anisha was like, "No, we're not looking at you. You look pretty.
Right.
We're looking at what's happening inside." And she
Exactly. That
didn't
was
get
the
it.
hilarious. Oh, I
Oh
hollered.
my God. I see
Okay,
what
but
it says. It's
how did y'all? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was reading something. Sorry,
Yeah.
I got to stop reading out loud.
Okay. Did anyone else laugh when Bali got the H up out of there? You see how she dipped it real quick before the
But Bali
shenanigans?
does that all the time. Yeah,
But
Bali
it was just
knows. Like,
hilarious. She's doing a
yeah,
real solo cut.
she
I'm gonna
knows
do
that
a real
she's
solo
in
cut.
between the age groups. I'm sorry, guys. We have a huge lag and we're talking over each other. And I'm going to try to get it because it's on my end. I have the huge lag. But Bali knows that she's in between the aunties and the nieces and nephews. And she's riding a fine line there. So what she does is that she gets the mess started. She looks for the tidbits that she can take with her to bring back later to another event to start more mess. And then she leaves. Like when they start acting really juvenile, she don't want to be a part of that.
She had me hollering. She said, "Look, I know when to leave before I know to leave before the solo cups come out." She's like, "I'm good, gotta go."
Mm-hmm.
I hollered,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is why I kind of like this friend group. Um, they did grow up like family, so I get it. But there are certain lines you don't cross. Um, Brian's is upset that they messing up his parties. He's like, look, no, we're not gonna do this. I was like, you gotta control your party. And then I'm gonna need Monica
Oh my God.
V. I like me some
Uh-huh.
Monica V. Don't get me wrong, but
Wait, old
baby,
Monica?
old Monica,
Uh,
calm down, old Monica, because I'm looking at it like you need to be easy. Don't co-sign too much. Just be supportive. You got so and so. You
with
got
who
so and so.
though?
You with Amaret.
Regarding who?
Remember at the end, she was like,
Why? What
"Just
was
calm down, breathe. It's okay. It's okay. Like we're here for you." I'm like, but uh, but
was
you
he
know,
acting
yeah,
that bad though?
I don't think so.
I didn't either. Because
He was
Vishal just kind of like shut down. He deflated.
right.
And Amrit was just, I don't even want to say
No,
arguing the
she's talking to
point.
Vishal.
He was
She was talking to Vishal. I'm sorry, she's talking to
to
Vishal.
Vishal. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but he
Because
wasn't
like,
that. But he wasn't. I'm sorry, I get them interchanged sometimes. But he wasn't that
oh,
bad.
okay. All
Cause she
right.
kept talking to him like, "It's okay, we're here for you, Amrit," and blah blah blah. I'm like, it's
Yeah.
deflated now. It's over. Where were you? Where were you earlier?
He
Like
wasn't
with this?
saying anything for the
No.
longest time. He was kind of looking startled because I think when Shan came in there, right? He was on the phone saying how much he was drinking, and I was wondering if he was
Right.
trying to call a car to go home. And he stayed to himself for most of that event. Did you notice that?
Well, I think what it was is I just with him I just think mentally he's going through a lot, and I
Mm,
in my opinion when you've held on to things for so long, when it comes out it just comes out at once and in bad ways. So I'm not gonna sit here and completely just bash him. What I'm saying is you have to be mindful of what you say, particularly when it comes down to physical violence, because you can see he's going through some things.
mm-hmm.
Like he's I'm in therapy, and then like we don't know if he's on any medication either. So that's another thing. I'm trying to wait and see how everything plays itself out, because he's not a violent person. And who said someone
No.
said that I'm trying to find it that he was probably
I
Vishal's
don't
probably the
think
one
he's
that
used
he was abused
he was a oh, by the older brother?
by the older like I think someone said like he's basically the punching bag of the group, and now he's just at a point where he can't take it or he's not going to take it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I can see that.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for him because I don't think he's used to confrontation. He's the one that's always saying sweet things under the rug, him and his
Hmm.
mom. Um, so I don't think he's used to confrontation. I don't think it's good for him and his disease. Um, I don't think he knows how to communicate properly. And yeah, he probably has been the punching bag either physically or mentally between his friends and his brother. Um,
Hmm.
he's going through a lot. Last season, I thought he was a complete idiot, like a clown. But maybe he was using that front as a clown or the class fool because he was covering up a lot of emotional issues that he didn't know how to handle. Maybe I'm just going too deep. I don't know. And yes,
Oh
the
my goodness.
basketball game was awful.
Oh, Ablavi said the episode was great. She watched the episode.
Wait,
I'm in
what?
shock. I'm in shock. I don't know what to do now.
That's not a blobby. Everyone's sexuality is up in the air. Oh, that's a blobby. Okay, never mind. Oh my God. What else happened here? We
For
saw a
me,
little
nothing really.
clip. Oh, with well, no. What did you like about Monica and Rish? Okay, so he has an apartment. She goes and she sleeps over several nights a week. Daddy wants him to put a ring on it.
Okay,
And her dad, I
can we
still
talk about
question her dad.
can we talk about her dad? Let's talk about it. Because I looked at him like it looked like he didn't slam down a little bit. He didn't colored the hair a little bit. Like he got a little swag to him. I wonder if he's seeing somebody.
Mhm.
I wonder if
Boy or
somebody.
girl?
In my personal opinion, since they don't talk about the divorce and why they got divorced, I would assume like, oh, I want to say male, but I have a feeling he's kind of like he's okay with both, but he has a preference
Why is it we've never heard from her mom? They don't have to
because
be together to film.
right, probably because I think she films this season actually because we see her. Monica
She
says
did?
the mom says to Monica, I don't think your dad's forgiving me for the divorce. And
Oh,
then Monica says, no,
okay.
no. And yeah,
Oh Lord, this
and the
dollar store Drake.
Dollar Store Drake. I'm gonna say this. Anisha, Boo Boo Kins, I support you, I like you, but when you don't have a man, you should be talking about somebody else's man. I'm sorry. At least she got Dollar Store Drake. You still run around here trying to get Dee Dee's fashions off the line and trying to have you might not have a baby or you go have a baby on your own. I'm gonna need you to stop.
Look, she's making her popsicles.
I'm not mad at
Hopefully, by
that.
the time she reaches 50, she can find somebody to add the cream to them. I don't know.
I'm just saying, like you trying to get Dee Dee's
Um,
fashions off the ground with your daddy's money, and it's not happening yet. So focus on that, and don't focus on making snide remarks about other people's significant others when you don't have one yourself. Work on finding that first. If you had that in check, you wouldn't have to freeze them. Just saying.
okay, guys, what's above the dollar store? Five Below. Do y'all have that out there? Everything in the store is
No,
$5 or below. Yeah,
what? No, we don't have that.
that's an upgrade from the dollar store. Five Below.
But here's why I don't. Here's really why I don't like about Anisha to a degree is like you want to make all these snide remarks, um, but then you won't say it to their face. But she, in her defense, she did go and tell him, she said, "Look, I did call you Dollar Store Drake," and but you want to be cordial with Monica. What kind of mess is that?
You know what it is? I think in their heads, they know that the aunties are there. They know how they were raised. They know that they're expected to be friends or at least cordial. So she doesn't want any of the aunties to come back to her mother for the mother to come back to her. Why didn't you say hello to Monica? You know, especially with an auntie out there present. I think she was just doing the right thing because then after she did it, um, and did that awkward hello, how are you?
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye. I think she was just like, okay, I did my part. I did what was expected of me. And that's it. Because it was
But my thing is,
stupid, the two of them walking around the event and not speaking to each other.
oh no, it's not. I do it all the time to people. I have to be cordial with. It's real easy. It's really easy. Like I don't speak to you. you know what? I don't like you. You don't like me, but we share the same friend group. You know, if you look me in my eye and you speak, I speak. Other than that, I try to avoid you. Because if I say hello to you, that's what 20 seconds of air I can't get back. Who's playing? I could use that.
Um, but do you have aunties like this circling? Do you have aunties like
No,
this?
it's very different. So when my friend group was around, we we were a core group, but then we had friends around us who were part of the group as well. So yeah, it's similar, but not like having family involved. That's intense. I'm trying to think what else.
Sorry about that.
It's okay, but
These
she's okay. But
repairs are going to be the end of me.
okay. So Bobby says, "Give me 7 minutes. I'm in need of a roast."
Oh, Lord. Okay, so let me just see. I'm just going to drop this.
I
Oh,
think
I
that was
don't
the
even
episode
have it.
though.
Duh.
I think we covered the whole episode. It was
Yeah.
really good. It was really fun. I just enjoyed the dynamic of having the mamas involved. 'Cause I want to see them go at it.
What did you think about the opening? I think it was in the opening where Anisha's mom said, "You look like something that the dog dragged in. You didn't look at the other girls. At least you listened to me this time." She did look way better. She looked like
Hmm?
a meth head last season. Um, the blush was a little much, but the extensions, the makeup, like even her posture was
She looked
better.
good. She looked good. I'm not gonna front. She looked
Yeah.
good. But I just need her to focus on,
Yeah.
like I
Like
said,
maybe
focus
you need to
on
listen to the parents.
listen to your mom, focus on DD fashions, get that off the ground, and then maybe the man will come to you.
Mm-hmm. Who else? Do you think it's going to last with Brian and Dr. Monica?
No.
Oh. Do you think Risha's going to get back with Vishal?
With them, it's I think if the mother weren't so involved, yes. Because with them, it's so hard because her mother's very involved in their relationship, which it really shouldn't be at this stage. And then he's not the most confrontational, and Risha's very influenced by her mom, you know. So I'm gonna say no on this one. You think so?
Okay. I'm going to throw this out there. I don't think they're going to come back together. But do you think that both of them will come to the realization that she's a lesbian and he's a homosexual man?
Um, they can make
Because
that
that's
work
how I
though.
read them last year.
You're not the only one. I saw some things out there. Like I could see it. You know, I could see how that can come across. I mean, me personally, I was waiting for the moment where Amrit admits that he and Vishal fooled around at one point.
I think that almost slipped out last
Because
season
I
because
was
I was
waiting
like,
for
wait,
that.
what are you saying? It almost slipped out. I think it
And
did.
I'm waiting for Amber to really say, like, you know what, Nick is just a placeholder for Vishal. That's the way I read the situation. I could be
Do
wrong.
you think you see how Brian was like he did all of his vanilla stuff when he was in college and and all of that, but when it comes time to settle down, he has to find an Indian young lady. Do you think Amrit is like that? Like, I'm getting all of my zhuzh out, letting Nicholas break me in, but when it comes time to actually settling down, I'm gonna find a proper Indian boy.
Yeah,
Well, not too proper, but you know.
yeah.
Vessel worked out. Okay, man comes in. Oh, wait, here we go. She came in under it.
Hi,
Hello, Miss Ablavi.
hi. I'm cooking dinner, but I had to like get in on this because I watched the whole thing. Let's start off with the
I
beginning.
can't believe you watched it.
Mm-mm.
Wait, do you like this show?
No, I like the sexuality. You know, I'm here for.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. Go ahead,
I
Bobby?
Bobby.
yet to find one but O'Malley in this group of friends.
What
Let's
about
discuss.
O'Malley?
I said O'Malley's the
Mm-hmm.
only one I believe is straight out of like the not the parents but out of the children.
Oh
I'm
my God.
Bobby. I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby. I'm Bobby.
Really, no, let's be honest. When they was
Mm-mm-mm.
having that fight, I thought I was back 12 years old. I mean 12 in middle school, and we was about to have a scrummage in the playground. It gave me such a kiki. I nearly
So stupid.
I nearly passed out when I saw it. Let's begin. I don't remember their names, but let's go. The guy who's gay, right?
Dylan.
Not
Emmerich.
the new one.
Well,
No,
which
no, no,
one?
not
Which
the
one?
Oh,
new one.
Emmerich.
Okay,
Emmerich. Emmerich's the
Emmerich.
old one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with him first. Why is he? I don't understand why he acts like he works so much and he's such a like big a baller. When I was looking and I clocked from New York a $3,500 apartment that you got because you got the extra money for Bravo. Did you clock that?
Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bobby, what you trying to say? You trying to say you trying to say he's
Oh
fronting?
I'm trying to say he saw the Rezas and all the other people. Oh, side note on Reza. You know what? Go back on the episodes. Destiny's house is owned by Reza.
my
No,
God. Oh,
it's not. Quit
Yeah, it
playing.
so
is.
she's renting?
Yeah, that's the house he bought.
Ooh.
Remember, he bought two houses in that neighborhood. Go back.
Oh wow.
Well, then that makes sense why he was telling her to move
Right.
in there so that he could get a
Exactly.
renter.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because he was probably losing the money on that house with it empty.
But anyways, let's go on the fake storyline. So that one I clocked. Ooh, I just got a little money, and his man's is a personal trainer. I'm thinking at the local Planet Fitness for $10 a month, and he upgrading his life.
I thought he was a teacher.
He's a
I thought he
teacher.
was a trainer.
No, he's a teacher with a master's. A
Oh,
master's
okay.
in a
Yeah.
master's in ESL.
You don't make no money on ESL in America, but nevertheless, let's continue. That's what I clocked with them. Next thing, because he's part of a law firm. I ain't never heard them talk about this law firm, but let's go on. We're gonna get to the Monicas. Can we did you get the feeling that the boyfriend was more into the daddy than her? Or was that just me?
I thought the dad was more into the boyfriend.
But
That's just
does
the way.
but does Dollar Store Drake look like he could be swinging both ways? If you get my drift.
I didn't get
I mean,
that. But
I didn't
let's
get
give him
that.
one more episode.
I got that because that father was just so happy because we got to be real and talk about her father being part of the community. I feel like that's just been looked over. Like, oh, my parents divorced. It's kind of hard to stay married when we both like the same thing. Monica though too
Well,
gives me very much bisexual tease with Anisha. I feel like they was smashing before because that you
Bobby, is it because of the animosity that you feel like it's a little bit too much versus some people who just don't like each other, like they have a little you was doing too much and you hurt my heart. That's where you're going, right?
yeah, I get a whole like, damn, why you telling my business like that? I experimented with you when I was in college and you were an older woman, and we did things.
oh my God.
Cause she's
Or
too
maybe
mad.
Anisha just has a crush on her.
No, it's more than a crush. The way Monica's getting in her panties. Because they
Well, I
all talk
know that
about her.
Anisha has an issue with her because Anisha's mom thinks that Monica is the perfect Indian daughter and Anisha
Yeah.
isn't.
No, Anisha has a problem because she wanted to bring Monica home, and instead of getting mad at Brian, she takes out her frustration on Monica.
Oh my God.
Now, that's what I got for them. Next couple.
Mm-hmm.
Next people. The guy who, was with the lawyer girl. I think too that they both are coming to the realization that, they don't want to be together. But I think that they just can't deal with the family shame because they're not telling you how difficult it is to be Indian and gay. That's something
Hmm.
that hasn't come up.
No, completely agree because
Well, I
they
think
addressed
it
that with
will with
Amrit.
Amrit. Mm-hmm.
No, but I mean like culturally, like why, like everybody is very, let's just say, let's not say gay, let's say they have a feminine disposition about them, the men. And I find it interesting because even when the two brothers, I was having a hard time figuring out which one was gay. I was like, this don't look like the one before. Okay, now let's go to the messy one. The messy, I'm gonna call him Baby Reza. Baby Reza was in the wrong. Baby
Dylan,
Reza was telling his tea.
you talking about Dylan, right?
Yep. Baby Reza was sitting there telling all his business. Because they had relations when they were younger. You can't tell me that y'all don't see that.
Well, I'm gonna sit right here
Think
and let
about
you
it. He
and let you
listen,
say it.
they've been keying about his sexuality from the beginning. And all of a sudden, he's like, I'm gonna beat you. And I didn't understand why the brother like flexed on him because that would have been one of the funniest fights of 2021. I
Well, if they fight like how they play basketball,
Right.
So I'm going to be interested in that. Now, other one, Anisha's boring. Anisha, first of all, let's talk about Anisha. I need her to do better lying when she says what she does for a living. She keeps saying she's in fashion, but she's the least fashionable on the set. How is that?
oof.
Ouch.
Well, have you seen her fashions? They're not very cute.
But she says she was in. Miss Girl is acting like she worked from Vogue magazine and was a mini Anna Wintour, and I just don't see it.
I'm gonna have to ride with you on that one, Bobby. I mean, she doesn't give me Anna Wintour. She gives me like budget Jet magazine, the Christmas edition. You know,
But
I'm just
remember, she
saying.
said she was in New York. She lived a fabulous life. She was into fashion, and she just gave us nothing. Now, Brian and the replacement Monica. This isn't going to end well. This is not going to end well because that girl is really trying to get married. But the also thing
Right.
is, and Brian doesn't even want Monica. He wants a nice white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes, and he should just go for that. And I think that's why one reason why Monica doesn't want him. But let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Budget Drake and other Monica. Budget Drake is 27, right? He's not looking to get married. He's not living in his parents' home. She's wasting her time with that one.
Agreed.
Yeah, because when the dad mentioned it to him when they were on the balcony, like he didn't look like he was all in today.
But I thought Monica doesn't sleep with men unless she's married.
I thought so too, but now she's hoeing it up this season over at Risha's apartment. Nice.
Mm. Well, that was my interpretation of the new season. I'm going to be so grateful for the mother-in-law, the Wicked Witch of the West mother-in-law to come back.
Lopa. Yep, she
Lopa.
coming back. I love me some Lopa.
You know what she reminds me of? She reminds me of Marisol's mom in on Miami.
Elsa.
Yeah.
Elsa?
Mhm.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Elsa wasn't that mean though. I liked watching Elsa. I don't think I'm that into Lopa, to be honest.
But come on, I like if your daughter was dating him, you would be upset too because they have yet to say what he does for a living. Because they say he works for her company, but they didn't say what his job title is.
I thought he was in
He
real
works for his
estate.
mom in real estate. Yeah. He works in real estate for his mom.
I guess.
He wanted to be an actor, but when that failed, he came back and he got the reality show.
I'm sorry. I'm seeing a lot of keywords with him, and we're not being honest. Actor in LA. I'm sorry. I'm seeing a lot of keywords and key professions.
But I have a question. Did he say model? That's another
I think
keyword.
he wants to be a model, but Vishal cannot be a model. And posing for your headshot is not modeling.
Well, but I guess that's why technically they're all actors because they're all on this show.
That's fair.
Well, I wouldn't count. I wouldn't count them as actors, and here's why: because you can't get into SAG if you're on all you have is reality shows to your credit.
That's true.
A read.
That's true. That's true. Like Debbie told no lies on that one. I have to go with
Not
her.
being mean. Not being mean. No, it wasn't a read. It's just no.
Facts.
No.
That's a read.
Yes. No. Unintentional.
That was a read. You have to be, and not just on reality, but on a show. A read. Listen, I don't understand why he couldn't have made at least daytime. He's attractive enough.
You don't understand why he can get on at least daytime.
He could have been a daytime actor. He could have done.
You mean like on a soap opera?
Yeah, I mean, I could see Vishal as Passions as somebody's boy toy. That could work.
He could have been on Passion. He could have, even. I mean, yeah, he could be. He could still be. He could call Renna up.
I don't know. He's just so like jokey to me. Like I couldn't take him seriously as somebody's love interest.
Or he could do commercials.
He could.
Yes. He could do commercials. Well, he wasn't a very successful actor. That's why he had to come back and start working for his mom. I think she gave him a time limit out in LA, and if it didn't work out, you had to come back.
That's probably what it was. Like,
it is what it is. I haven't seen Beverly Hills. Was this episode good?
It was solid. It's very. It's telling the story to get you where we want to go. And we about to talk about them in like about 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to change the time from 3 o'clock to 3:15 East Coast and 12:15 West Coast.
Okay.
And you're on tonight, right, Ablavi, at 6?
No, that's a lie. I'm going to be on at 7:30.
At 7. Wait.
No, 30.
That was a lie.
No, I put on.
You're going to change it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, just check Ablavi M's channel on YouTube. She's going live tonight. She's always a hoot, always informative with a giggle. So make sure that you check her out today. And will you be coming back to join us for Beverly Hills for spoilers?
Yeah, I'll come and see it.
Cool.
All right,
my friend, we're going to close out this show and we'll see you soon. All right, guys. This was Family Karma Season 2, Episode 1. The premiere episode of this season. I'm happy that they're back. I like this bunch of friends.
The thing is, though, they are good, and I really feel because it's show is very culture based, and the families are really involved. So you get to see how they interact and how their actions affect their parents, and how their parents have influence over their lives, and how they'll do things because of the parents and the families, and their yeah, it's a whole different dynamic, and I enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to see inside
Cool.
I do
Okay.
want to see inside the
Mm-hmm.
Patel compound though.
Okay. Guys, let us know your thoughts on this premiere episode of Family Karma. Leave the comments below. We do read them, we go through them, and we respond to them. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell so that you're given an alert every time we release new content. And if you have the time, please come back in the next 14 minutes so that we can talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. All right, my friend
Mm-hmm.
Jamal, until next time.
Yep, of course.
Bye.
Bye.